Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm so excited to show you what I'm going to show you right now, which is how I help my clients. And I say the word with in there too, as opposed to like for my clients, because guys, I'm telling you biblically here that nobody can do something or force someone to do something. All right. Everybody has free will. So I can't, the reason why I have such a high success rate is because I say I have a 100% success rate helping my clients because it's true. You guys end up quitting before I do. I've been here going on 10 years and nothing is stopping me. And that's why I'm here today to tell you that I know things that I can share with you that the other silos can't tell you, because like a VSO, Legion, even your VA, accredited attorney, because that's the law and the rules that the VA created. And it doesn't mean, and good news is, since I'm a for-profit and I work for God and I've got freedoms of America, I can have an opinion and share it with you. So I don't agree with the rules of the VA. I think I like Lawyer Bill. His big idea is that he wants to take a case all the way to the Supreme Court, win it in the right and righteous way, obviously, so that the light of Jesus gets turned on finally, and all the darkness of the VA goes away. And that way we wouldn't have to tie this conversation anymore. But guys, think of it this way, like a pastor said recently, that evil never stops itself. It takes good men, good people to keep evil away. Okay? So that's why I'm here. Love it or hate it, that's why I'm here. All right. So, and I like to talk about light and good stuff. I've never been in a fist fight in my life. So, but I go where Navy SEALs are and they hug me. And those dudes are killers, I'm telling you. All right, so let's start at some beginning. And I'm going to screen share with you here in a little bit. And I'm going to just lay out for you right now some ground rules. That I know this is on live in 4 different places. And make sure you guys are liking, sharing, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I forget to say that because I'm not used to doing this anymore. Got out of it and then came back in because I'd get deeper in my Bible to be able to find out like some truths. Okay. So, all right, I'm gonna screen share with you here in a second. And I try not to have too many Canva slides open because it just starts eating into my internet. But I do want to show you guys some stuff that I usually show only to clients. And I'm going to preface at these slides. Yes, you can stop it. Yes, you can pause it. Yes, you can back it up and take a screenshot of it. There's a lot of my stuff out there. I don't put my client stuff out there because that's not appropriate. But I do put my own stuff out there. Okay. And the reason why I say I can guide you through places because I've been those places. I went to an event in Indianapolis one time, and a VSO said that he's never heard of 100% permanent and total. And I was like, what? How are you doing what you do in that way? Guys, something else that just came up is it's a nice, pretty day, and I wanted to leave my windows open. And now somebody fired up their lawnmower. Give me a second. All right. We'll do the best we can. I know you guys can't hear it, but I can. Drive me nuts. All right. It is a pretty day, and it is summertime. It's so crazy, isn't it? All the way through June. Okay, so let me guide you through it. I'm sorry, I'm looking over here already. I'm used to screen sharing with you guys. All right, screen share button. I'm going to share my entire screen with you. And then once that goes into effect, I'm a little bit bleep on your screen. Guys, I'm going to walk you through the fast route. Again, this is going to be recorded on your wherever you are. Slow it down, speed it up. If I throw a lot out there, it's because I have to lay out some groundwork because I'm going to tell you things that nobody else seems to be able to tell you. Okay. Let me set some groundwork. When we were in uniform, guys, I was in uniform twice. So I was in from 98 to 2014. I had a 6-year break-in service. So I started out as lower enlisted infantry guy, then came back in years later and got out as a senior captain. My point is, I know what pay charts look like. So E5, 5 years, family of 4, blah, blah, blah. Do the math. If you're on a crew, hazard pay, jump pay, all that stuff, ranger pay, ninja pay, all that stuff, right? COLA, those things are all very, very like us military veterans. We have ears to hear. Like we live by signs and symbols and things like that. So and words and things like that. So, but then we get out and we're not taught any of this stuff. Well, why? Because evil doesn't want you to know. Because evil doesn't want you to have money in your pocket. Evil wants you to go away, and so they can steal from your widow. Okay. So again, guys, as I briefed yesterday, I've been doing this for over 7 years, heading towards 10 years, and I'm way more excited than I've ever been because I know that I've got freedom of speech, and I can tell you things that nobody else out there is going to tell you. Just again, laying some groundwork. When you're going through the VA claim process, and the reason why I've mentioned claim is because it is one of the most life-changing things you're going to go through for yourself and for your family. And if you don't know, you're not going to be able to do, okay? There's knowledge first, and then as Jesus would say, wisdom is knowledge plus action, okay? There you go. If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me, trust me. All right. So everybody else out there is going to ask you about what you have. What do you have in your records? VSOs, Legions, even your own VA accredited attorneys are going to only ask you what you have. I walk my clients through what's before that, what you need. Hey, man, if you want to be an astronaut, little Jimmy out there who's in 8th grade, if you legit want to be an astronaut, well, here's the things that you have to do. You have to go to college. You have to study these things. You have to, whatever, join the military or something like that. Like you can't just go to NASA and say, hey, I'm here. I want to be a ninja now. It doesn't work that way, okay? You guys know this stuff. And I was a medevac pilot, so let's do a slow walk around. That's what I talk to you guys about a lot. And I don't do things for you. Oh, just let me tell you. All right, this mountain on this slide, about 2 years ago, the VA created this brand new mountain that nobody had seen before. And almost everybody out there was being denied for everything or almost everything. And I'm not talking just VA claim stuff. I had clients of mine reporting back to me that they were getting denied for voc rehab or home loan stuff. And again, like, what's crazy about home loans, since I mentioned that, go check the VA websites and stuff if you want to back this up. But only about 4 or 5% of veterans are actually using VA home loan. That's incredibly small. And I would say it's probably the same with VA money from, quote, disability. I don't like the word disability, but you know what that means, all right? That's what VA calls it. It's actually called compensation and pension. CMP, compensation and pension. All right, there you go. Moving on. So the VA created a new mountain 2 years ago. And all these folks were getting denied for a lot of stuff. And so that's when, September of 2 years ago, I started putting attorneys out front. And it took us a while to get the right attorneys. So it took a few months. And then even when we found the right attorneys, we had to let that process work itself out. And I couldn't tell them what to do. They couldn't tell me what to do, all that stuff. And we just had to let the fruit grow or let it fall, or whatever you want to call it, let the harvest come in. And great news, I found rocking awesome attorneys out of Florida. God brought me to them. And there's 2 awesome guys that work in the same shop. And so there's Lawyer Bill, and he's one I talk about most times. So there's another guy, which I'm not going to just mention today. So anyway, but that's who we work with. And I'm not going to say exclusive. We will always tell you that you have free will. So yes, we've worked with lesser attorneys. We've now found the best ones out there. And we will always tell you guys, yes, shop around. Even when you hire somebody, yes, shop around. Even when you're working with somebody, continue shopping around, because you know how the government is, and some things just take time. So we need more people. If teamwork works for Jesus, it works for me too. All right, moving on. All right, so the VA created this mountain, and I have helped my clients climb over it. So I call it the year of whiplash. We had to wait for the attorney stuff to work itself out, and it worked. My clients, including myself, because I'm represented by Lawyer Bill, we've been winning. And getting increases and getting service connections, which I'm going to explain to you guys today what that means, because the VA has 2 different levels of claims, and I'm going to talk to you about that stuff today. So my point is, guys, I am helping my clients get over these mountains that apparently nobody else out there is. Nobody's showing you things like, hey, here's a better slide. So this is what I fully briefed yesterday. So go back and watch the videos on yesterday. So your roadmap to 100%, nobody's showing you these things. These are the values. These are just out of the VA's playbook. Why is nobody talking about this stuff? If I said, what is the difference between marksman and expert in infantry 9mm, you'd go find out what that standard is from the book. Who created the book? Not me, not you, somebody, and it was decades ago. So the playbook has been out there for years. Go find it. And thank God certain things are easier to find these days than other stuff. Okay, at this point, I'm going to pivot over to something different, different slide deck here. And I'm going to show you stuff that I usually show only my clients. Here's me, 100% permanent total as of, it's actually been, the date has been changed because I won an appeal that lasted 7 years. So my appeal finally went all the way back to my first application date. I went from 90%, I was at 90% for 5 years, and then went from 90 to 100% permanent total. And the VA was screwing me on back pay for some reason. This was before COVID. They turned they turned off my back pay clock halfway through, and I now have won that. And now I got my 10 months worth back pay and effective date. I was searching for the word there, but yeah. So you'll see things that have, I'm going to show you some references of mine that have the incorrect effective date, because that's what it was until about 2 or 3 months ago at this point. All right, moving on. So this is me 100% permanent total on e-benefits, which actually doesn't exist this way anymore. So I'm sure it still exists as a website. But anyway, there's a, this is called a benefit summary letter. Really easier to find on your va.gov, and I can walk you through how to find that. But here's what I'm trying to talk to you guys about today. So since I'm 100% permanent total, I'm able to get on my va.gov, and you can see my name up there, Albert. So I got on my va.gov, and I was playing around like as if I was going to file a claim for myself or have my attorney file a claim for me for headaches, because I'm not service connected for headaches, and I should be. And my human math is 480. So I'm 100% for mental health, 50% for sinuses, so on and so forth. Add the math up, human math. I'm at 480. My clients, I hope you guys get past 500, and you guys usually can easily land at like 800-900 because there's so much math out there by doing it the right way. Okay, what I'm showing you guys is that on this, that the VA has, and these are in weird orders because I show you guys, I'm saying that here, don't go do this for yourself. I don't do it for you. I want, geez, man, I had some tea this morning. That sucker is stuck in my throat. All right. Anyhow, what I'm showing you guys is that once you're rated, once you're represented, gosh, it's a lot of R words, represented by VA accredited attorneys, they do things for you. They don't even do it with you. They don't screen share with you and go, okay, you know, check, I call them checkpoints. So like at the airport, you're aware of what the checkpoints are. You're going to buy the ticket for 6 months from now. You're going to start buying other stuff. You're going to start planning. You're going to buy an outfit, stuff like that. You're not going to go to the airport today. You're not going to go to the airport the day before or the day after. You're going to go to the airport on the day that you want to go to grandma's house. And you know that you're going to go to the ticket counter first, get your luggage put up, get your ticket printed out. I usually get mine printed out because I'm still maybe that much old school. Then go through security, that sort of thing. And you're going to still have some time before you walk through the gate, into your aircraft and so on. So you know those checkpoints, you're aware of them. And I'm going to show you some stuff that my clients, once you get represented by VA attorneys, they're pretty much blindfolding you because the lawyers know how to do this stuff fast and they don't need to confirm it with you. It's already been confirmed. So anyhow, things like this. All right. So what am I looking at here? This thing will ask like some admin things like, are you currently active duty? No. And guys, I'm not telling you to click on buttons. I'm just saying that on these buttons, when you click them, other stuff shows up. So what was on that slide beforehand is, are you active duty? Yes or no? And if you click no, it's going to give you other stuff. If you click yes, it's going to give you other drop-down menus. So it's electronic application or claim packet. I didn't mean to say application because that's a whole totally different word. Anyhow, what I want to show you on the right-hand side here, and the reason why there's a candle, I'm just giving you guys information. I'm just informing you. I'm not doing it for you. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you to not do it. I'm telling you information, okay? So the VA has two types of claims. One of them is new stuff, which is called service connection. The other one is called increase, okay? Now, at any time, these can be what I'm showing you on the screen here can be rotated. So if there's 4 things, they may be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next time when you look at them or when your lawyer looks at them, they're rotated. I call this the rotisserie of fuckery that the VA does. So what is number 1 may be number 4, but it's still there because it's still the federal government. They don't move fast, but they can just move question 1 to question 5 to question 3 to question 2. See what I'm saying? So don't go, well, Albert told me that this is, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm not. Okay. It's out there. The information is there. There are 2 styles of claims with the VA. It's been that way for a long time. When I say long time, I mean more than 30 years. Okay. So there's new stuff, which is called service connection. And then there's increase. So service connection, this is why I used to use baseball terms, that you'd usually get lowballed. So I used to say, get on base for your body parts, because the VA is going to lowball you at 10% for your neck and 10% for your back and things like that. Well, then it's easier to increase historically. Now it's a whole different mountain, like I said. All right, moving on. Now, the reason why I say clients only on this one is because, again, I'm not telling you guys to do something or not do something. I'm just bringing this to the awareness of my clients, and I'm now making it aware to you. So when your attorney is filing a claim for you, they're going to click on buttons. And watch this, though. Again, number 1 may turn to number 4 at some point. 4 turns into number 2 or whatever. But this one says, my condition was caused by injury, or, these words are very important, guys, or exposure during my military service. Okay? And exposure is a word that they use now. They used to use environmental or something. So just environmental and exposure, all that means is, was your neck with you from when you started until you got out? Was your neck with you from when you started to when you got out? And guys, I'm talking to you about 1 page at a time. This thing, I'm claiming only headaches, okay? And I didn't click it all the way through. I'm going to show you some stuff on here that you've never seen before, because either you haven't done it, or it's new, or there's a change, all that stuff. And this is what my attorneys, or the attorneys that work with my clients, that they do for my clients. Or what, I guess they all attorneys do this stuff for their clients. So I'm just making you guys aware of this stuff. Okay. Condition was caused by injury, or is a huge deal. Okay. It's not, the VA loves to brainwash you and get you to focus on the first thing. I call it the drama and trauma. They want you to focus on the drama and the trauma. Hey, I was in a wreck, or, my buddies and I, we were in a crash. Guys, that does matter as far as healthcare and your service. And, I'm sorry that you went through that stuff, but here's what actually gets you paid. Okay. I'm just saying, paid exposure. Did you join the service? Yes. Okay. So your ankle was with you the whole time? Yes. Okay. Exposure, mileage. All right. It doesn't matter how long, a short amount of time. You could go through basic and get kicked out. And I'm sure there's a timeline, is there a less than 6 months? I don't know. But my point is, my clients, you guys always come to me with months, years, or decades of service. Does the drama matter? No. So exposure just means mileage. Okay. And then there's other stuff here that says, like, is it now secondary to something else? I'm not going to read through this crap, guys. If you want to read it yourself. But my point is just showing you guys the easiest, fastest, most accurate path roadmap to 100% permanent total. Now, what's down here in this bottom part is that for every page that you're applying for, that your attorney is applying for, so, neck at 50 sinuses at 50, flat feet at 50, headaches at 50. These are all different pages, and for every single page, your lawyer and their team has to click all the buttons for the page. And you don't know that, and until now I'm telling you. So this underline down here, just wanted to highlight that for you, that the attorney is going to say something like, please see doctor's note sealed by attorney in claim packet. You're being represented by veterans rights attorneys. That's powerful. Very, very powerful. Okay. If a slide looks a little goofy, it's because I'm still just moving stuff around on it. So, because like I said, I've already talked to you about this one here, and I just want to point out some other stuff on this over here. So things like required, you'll see things like required. So supporting evidence. Again, guys, these may rotate, but the VA says, which evidence do you want to use? VA medical records. My professional opinion is do not use VA medical records. You do not have to use VA medical records. You can use non-VA treatment records. The VA says you can have, as veterans, you can have 2 primary care doctors. Establish care with your civilian doctor and do it the right way. And when you feed the VA the right way, that's how they want to be fed. They're not going to tell you that. I will. Non-VA treatment records. Because one doctor's note from your civilian doctor, there's outweigh and overwhelm. One doctor's note can outweigh 1,000 buddy letters, which just brings me to my next little point down here, supporting lay statements and stuff like that. I know you and your buddies know you more than anybody else on earth. However, most times it's about the VA standard, not about your story. Okay. Albert, did you do 100 push-ups? Sure. Okay. But does that make you a PT stud? Does that get you all the requirements for this? I didn't get this every single time. I would try for it every single time, but it's more about, can you do push-ups, max out push-ups, sit-ups, and 2-mile run? Okay, that's where you get this. So that's what I'm saying, guys. If you hit the standard, it's about the standard, not the story. So that's where, with my clients, I say, if we can't agree on the standard, me, you, your doctor, and your VA accredited attorney, if you and I can't agree on the standard, how's the VA going to agree with you? They're not. The VA is going to just delay you and deny you and put you into their own weird process and just piss you off, okay, and not get you paid. So feeding the VA the standard is way simpler than telling them your story. All right. So let's make sure that we're agreeing on this stuff before your lawyer sells it shut. That's what I do with my clients. And I'm going to show you some other stuff that I've only shown clients. So things like required versus not required. Let's look at this. It's saying, Albert, are your headaches due to toxic exposure? Because guys, the VA, the government loves to do, we call that like when something's a fad, avocados or whatever, certain kind of olive oil or, whatever the hell diet of the decade is or some shit like this. Well, look at this. Is it say required? Are your headaches related to toxic exposure during your military service? How would one know that? How would anybody know that? I don't fucking know. So that's why it's not required. Let me look back up here. Required or not required? Required. What's required? Here's a couple of things. Are you currently a VA employee? That's required. Are you a POW? And again, I'm not saying click the no button. That was just for me. I've not worked for the VA, so I left that one blank in my picture there. And again, I'm not telling you click buttons. I'm just saying, here's what happens when you click buttons. These are required. I wasn't a POW. All right, moving on. Here's another one that your lawyer clicks on. And it's required. Is everything in this packet accurate? Is everything in this claim accurate? In accordance with blah, 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 and to be punishable by, hanging or whatever, public execution. I don't know. You read through it for yourself. But this is what your lawyer has to click yes on for you. So is your lawyer want to negatively impact your life or livelihood? Nope. Does your lawyer want to negatively impact their life or livelihood? Do I want to negatively impact your life or my life? No. All right, see what else we got going on here. So this one down here talks about things like after your claim is filed, one of these 3 entities will reach out to you, government government contractors, QTC, VES, and LHI, and so on and so forth. So just saying. All right, guys, here's my body part list. As of this, I was messing with this in December of this past December, so less than a year ago. And even that's why the effective dates are now been updated. I am 100% for mental health. This is me. Yep, there's my whole name up there, Albert. I am 100% permanent total, or sorry, 100% permanent total, but I am also 100% for mental health. I am at 480 human math points, and I'm happy to put my math out there in front of you and show you, here's who I am. But my body part chart reflects me way more than you, but my clients, you guys are way better than me. It'd be nice to have my chart looking as awesome as you guys' chart are. So anyway, moving on. All right, so here's something I show my clients of my roadmap from me going from 0% mental health to 100 in one fell swoop. Because of evidence that I'm not going to really talk about today, I'm going to again show this stuff to you and let you pause it and speed it up and all that kind of stuff. But my point to showing you guys this is because I have been to these mountaintops. When you go talk to your VSOs and Legions and stuff like that, and all the free stuff, or anybody that you're taking advice from, don't take advice. Here's just something nice. Don't take advice from people who haven't been there or who haven't helped somebody else do the thing, okay? I help my clients get to two things: all the money that they've earned through their service, but they can say no to it. I don't force them to do it, and all their freedom. So when you hear people out there talking about things like unemployable, I don't do that. I actually help clients get off of unemployable if they are. And because you guys qualify for all the money that's out there, you can say yes to it or no to it. That's your personal life. You can do that. Freedom. Can you buy guns? Can you fly still? Can you do all the things? Yes. Are there any limitations to your life or livelihood? Nope. So there you go. All right. So I went from, so years ago, the VA used to pull back. So I was at 10% when I got out for mental health. And then at some point in time, they pulled back to 0, which is still a number that is increasable. Okay. Increasing is easier on the veteran than service connection. Service connection, getting on base, as I used to say, was the harder part because the veteran has to be more involved. The process is more veteran involved. Do you have to, things like CMP exams, stuff like that. Anyway, I don't get too deep in the weeds, but you guys qualify for, you have to know better. Why was I aiming for, after being 100% permanent total, why was I aiming for 100%? Well, because there's a rule in the VA playbook that says if you're 100% on mental health or anything else by itself, plus 60% or 60 human math, really, then you qualify for, or you'll get paid SMCS. SMCS, special monthly compensation. The letter S is just a line item, doesn't mean anything. All right, so it's about $400 a month for you guys. Basic family of 4. Every time I brief you, it's basic family of 4. So you qualify for SMCS. Everybody qualifies for SMCS. It is not called housebound. It's actually 100% for one thing. And that's what I briefed my doctor on. She agreed with me. We did the thing together. As you do with a doctor, had a review. Then she did a write-up. She had evidence. And I ended up getting paid for that. So, but I got, this is why we tell you to get your back pay clock started, which brings me to another point. I call it back pay clock. It is called your intent to file. When somehow you guys' brains melt together when it's intent to file and claim and all that kind of stuff, file a claim, you guys' brains melt together to where you think it's all about one quick process that you have to do back pay clock or intent to file, then application in the middle, and then claim. It's not. Application you don't even have to do. Don't do that. So get your back pay clock started, intent to file, call the VA and say, yes, call the VA, get a helpful person on the phone who's going to say yes to this. Hey, please start me an intent to file for, they call it disability increase. Why do they call it disability increase? Because there's two types of money out there. One of them is for your family. So, hey, I'm married, divorced, had a kid age out, had a kid go to college, stuff like that. Okay. That's family money. When the VA hears words, they're going to know what they're aiming for. You're aiming for disability money. So you may say the word increase or disability, whatever. That's just to say their words to them so that they get your back pay clock started. They flip the switch. They tell you you got a year, and the receipt that I want my clients to get is down to the minute. It's that specific. Okay. So you're going to call them and say, hey, can you please start me an intent to file for disability increase? Okay, sure thing. Roger that, and we'll have it with you, and then you can go find the receipt online. And yes, there's like 5 or 6 different receipts out there, but the one that I have my clients see is down to the minute. All right. So then your back pay clock starts ticking. Again, you just bought the ticket to go to grandma's house in like 6 months. We're not trying to go to grandma's house today. So you don't have to do anything else with the VA at that point in time. Like the application is an actual lie. It's not even required. You don't have to start telling the VA anything about, well, hey, VA, by the way, I'm going to apply for. No, you don't have to do any of that stuff. Okay. I'm just saying, making you aware. You do not have to, nor should they ask you anything on the phone. Hey, what are you applying for? Shouldn't be doing that. If they are, let somebody know. CRC, you retired guys, you go qualify for this. It's $3,000 more a month. Combat related special compensation. Retired. There it is. Take a screenshot of it and all that kind of stuff. So, yep. Special monthly or CRC, combat related special compensation for retirees and medically retired. Crazy stuff. I just asked VA or AI to create something for me here. All right. So when I went from 100%, this is what I want to show you. When you guys go through a claim or have a decision with a claim, the VA is going to send you a packet, and it's going to be 2 styles of packet. It's going to be one more about the medical part. The other one's more about the money stuff. So this is the medical stuff. And I'm going to highlight or show you guys some stuff that I don't, here's where I went from 0 to 100. Let me show you down here. Down here, it says 0 to 100 all in one fell swoop. Why? Based off of this stuff over here. Here's what evidence was put in front of the VA. Those are all words that I had a review. My doctor did a write-up, and claim was filed the right way, and decision was made by the VA. That's it. And this was after COVID, believe it or not. So there you go. And then they start talking about the why. So like you qualify for, again, guys, I don't get into the weeds of the VA books and stuff, but they do. So here's their references, and here's their evidence and all that stuff. And so here it is. And it says things like, hey, Albert qualifies for the 60% rule and 100% plus 60 rule. That's their words. There you go. By the way, isn't it bizarre that when you Google military pay charts, you're going to get a bunch of them from the government. You're going to get things from DFAS, right? Or it's going to be .mil or something like that. DFAS. What's the pay charts and stuff like that. But then when you Google for, when you ask AI or Google for images of VA pay charts, there's nothing out there from the government. Other people like myself have shown you guys pay charts and calculators and stuff like that, but none of them were actually created and put online for us. So guys, I'm just saying, as a closer here, I know we feel like as veterans and military that there's a lot of us out there, but there's not. We are a very, very small group. And if we aren't taking care of each other, guys, if we aren't taking care of each other, we're the ones losing. All right. Because the money is out there. God's promise. Number 1, fulfillment, your fulfillment. All right. Not Albert's promise, your promise. So you have a heart to help. I know that, whether you're a ninja or not. Because I'm not a ninja. I just would fly around and I know ninjas. All right. I've never been in a fist fight in my life, but I can go up to a Navy SEAL and hug them. So just saying. And they say all the same thing. Albert, God bless you. The only one out there helping. All right. So, but help make this better. It's not about me, guys. It's all through God. Help me help more people. So, okay. Number 1, God's promise. God promised all of us fulfillment. But also evil is going to come in and start snipping at you and go, no, all that kind of stuff, right? Number 2, you already served or you're already serving. Either way, you've done the hard part. You've done your service. I did my service. I got paid for my service. You get your service. You need to get paid for your service. So now where we are, guys and gals out there, is harvest. It's harvest time. So like the Bible says, It's harvest time. Don't be lazy. You need to be aware. Don't try to harvest it, 2 a.m. Yeah, sure, get out there at 2 p.m. Let's get out there and work together and do this. So that's what I say with my clients all the time, man. This isn't hard. It's not hard, but you just need to know you're not trying to. Let me hold up one candle, because you're not trying to burn the system down. You're trying to get what's yours. So just like they would say in SEER school, just pull it in, because your life changes for a moment when you start focusing on, if you're a down aircraft or down pilot or something, or down crew, now life has changed. You went from being in the air to now being on land. Life has changed. So same thing. You were in the service. Now you're not. So life has changed. You're now going through a claim process. I got it. It's scary. But that's why I have my clients I'm on camera all the time in front of them, every Tuesday, every Thursday. And I host monthly events, stuff like that. I know usually during the holidays or summertime, we get put those things on pause, but I'm going to launch those babies again here soon. And once a month money briefing. And it's not, I'm showing you guys this stuff that you already kind of know, like, oh, I know about GI Bill, I know about VA loan, I know about some money that I'm not getting, and because you get to talk to your buddies about it. But guys, we've all been through stuff. We've all been through service. It's time to get paid for it. Claim just means money. So if you think I'm being nasty about it, I'm not. Claim is one word, money. Claim means money. That check behind me, that's the money you've earned. Okay. It needs to be in your pocket, not in the government's pocket. So, but yeah, my goal is to get you past 500 human math points. And this image shows 1,000. So my client should walk away quite easily with, by the time they get their final decision, just on the 100% permit total alone, and be over 500 human math points, almost 1,000. Isn't that crazy? It's not hard, guys. But I know it sounds complex, but once I get to slow you down and talk to you about checkpoints and stuff like that, it's much easier, much easier. Then you get it verified, validated by your doctor, verified, validated by your lawyer, all that kind of stuff. Then your lawyer files the claim when it's appropriate. Again, we all just need to agree on it. Do you agree on the standard for daily booger at 50% for your sinuses? Yes. Okay. Let's make sure you get that claim filed the right way. And do we want to throw 1,000 human math points at the VA all at once? Yes. Yes. Not inaccurately, but let me go to a car scenario. If your car gets hit by a hailstorm and you file a claim, and your agent comes out and does a walk around, you're expecting a quick payment for the entire car. Hey, it's dented and dinged. It's drivable, but you probably don't want it to be. We're going to go ahead and call and pay you for the full car. You would want that. If your claim agent walked around and said, yeah, man, this baby is definitely toast, but you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to wait about 5 years. Then we're going to pay you for one fender. Then we're going to wait about 5 more years, pay you for another fender. Let's put another decade on that baby. And then we're going to come out and pay. Like, isn't that the VA process, claim process? So how about you do it the smart way with me? Teamwork makes the dream work. Good enough for Jesus, good enough for me. Guys, you know where to find me. Fulfilled Veteran, fulfilledveteranproject.com. Yes, my website was updated recently because of that. So yes, we took the the off of it. So tehe, it no longer exists. The isn't on there. And there's reasons why that are out of everybody's control. So there you go. So fulfilledveteranproject.com. And there's a QR code. So guys, like, share, subscribe, get this information out there. Like Jesus would say, you're not here to create like a forest fire, but you are here to fling seeds, guys. Fling seeds. Get out there and tell your buddies about this. Make them aware of it. Because it's not difficult, but it's way easier when you've got a team. All right, gang. Appreciate you. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.